Hello, stock traders. I hope all of you are having a fantastic Monday morning and are surviving this early market after this weekend. Boy, it has been crazy in the market. It's been lots of down, lots of pain, but there have been some bright spots in there. And in today's video, I'm going to give you 7 stocks that fit my strategies that I believe will do very well in the coming week. Now, I am without an editor again, so please bear with me as I get through this video. But before I get going, if you could do me a favor, please hit that most amazing and wonderful like button. Also, if you haven't done so before, please subscribe. And turn on those bell notifications so you get notified when a new video comes out. I do have a Patreon group if you are wanting my buy and sell alerts. That is the place to do it. I have a link in the description down below. I would sure love to see you there. And this last week was a very good week for the alert system. Now, I'm going to list all the stocks that were sold this last week and all of my tracked trades in the description down below. If you are curious for that, you will want to check that out by hitting the description and taking a look and seeing what was sold and for what profit margin. But this last week on the insider swing play, as part of my insider alerts in our Patreon group and with our private Discord, went 9 for 10 with a 90% win rate, even with this crazy market. An average gain per pick of 3.85%, which is very good and above normal. So the insiders performed very well. So when there was significant insider activity, that stock did see a jump in price and did very well with the swing strategy. Also have my squeeze strategy that's covered in the basic, kind of. We covered the top 5. I do that video every week of the 5 stocks that could squeeze or have the stats to squeeze. And this last week was a very good week for that squeeze strategy. There are things that I look for only certain times of the year and certain market conditions that I trade that strategy. But right now it is a green light with all the volatility that is out there in the market. Anyway, this last week, 4 out of 5 for an 80% win rate with an average gain per pick of 13.12%. If you want those picks prior to that video coming out, then you will want to be a basic member as part of our Patreon group. If you want picks throughout the week of different stocks that I see on that list that are worth squeezing, then you will want to be a standard member or higher, either the standard or premium membership. I will have those listed in the description down below, the different stocks that were sold for what percentage and what gain. So check that out if you are at all interested. Well, let's get into this top 7 list. I have lots of great stocks to go into. I have not done a top 7 video in a very long time, so it is very welcome to come back. I'm excited about doing this again. Hopefully all of you are too. And that's the whole point and the whole reason why I do this in the first place. Anyway, some of these picks should be very good and they have the opportunity and the catalyst behind them with the strategy that's attached to them to do very well upcoming, because the market conditions are as such, where in the past when we've seen this, then it's been a nice move upwards. Let's see how it goes. Let's start with the chart and let's start with number 7. Number 7 is the Invesco Buyback Achievers ETF, ticker symbol PKW. Now this is an ETF. This is part of my dividend strategy and I love playing PKW. And so there are certain conditions on the daily chart that I look for entering PKW, and it existed earlier this week, and so entered this one on a trade. And I go very long on this, so sometimes this is a 3 to 6 month trade. It's not for a huge gain, but usually I earn dividends because this is a monthly dividend payer, so I like it for that reason. Anyway, let's talk about it and talk about the different things that are going on. Now, my personal average in it is $90.82. since calling this out, is down 1.65%. So if you are watching this on YouTube and you are not part of our Discord group, then you have not missed much, because being down 1.65%, you can definitely get in better than I did. But entered this one. I like to get in this when it is below 45 on the RSI, and you can see that that's existed quite a few times within here, kind of catching the dip and buying the dip on this stock. So what this ETF does is it tracks very good buyback stocks. So buyback stocks are stocks where the board has approved a buyback plan of at least 6% of the outstanding float. And this ETF has been very successful in the past. I love trading it. It is just super safe, and it's good to have some safe money in your portfolio. So I like this one because I can buy as much of it as I want when the parameters are right, and then just sell out when it hits overbought levels and collect a dividend along the way. So I like this one a lot. Hopefully you see value in this too. This is a very good ETF. I've had a lot of success with it. And so this is just one of those that are kind of in my back pocket that I buy and sell from time to time. All right, let's go to number 6. Number 6 is Bitfarm, ticker symbol BITF. And okay, so I've talked about this stock for a long period of time. I have a high conviction that this is eventually going to be $20 per share. Why? Because I believe that Bitcoin will increase in price, but this may take a while. And if you don't have a stomach for long-term investing on this, this can be a tough one. But it'll be interesting to see how the Visa and MasterCard shutting down transactions in Russia will affect the crypto market. Now, it may not affect it at all, and that whole line of thinking may be incorrect, but there are a lot of traders just kind of talking about this, talking about how shutting off of that, how are they going to trade and exchange money? Well, what about cryptocurrency? Cryptocurrency is definitely a way that could happen, and Bitfarm would definitely benefit if we saw a surge in Bitcoin. And so that is something to watch. My personal average in this is $4.37. It was much higher. I have been averaging down, and now I'm to the point, now that I've averaged down so many times on this stock, that I am uncomfortable adding any more. But since calling this out, it is down 21.34%. Why? Because Bitcoin has not done well. And I was excited and sold this for a nice 80% gain earlier in 2021. And then sold it again another time earlier in the year in 2021 for another 50% gain. So I've done rather well with this. Had another time I traded it in 2021 for a 30% gain. So this has been one that I've made a lot of money on the past. So I'm down 21.34%, but that does not bother me that much because I believe in that Bitcoin will increase in price eventually. It may take some time, but I am long-term on this stock, and I love buying this stock up when Bitcoin hits 30 or below on the RSI, because that is a really good buy. And so I've had a lot of success doing that, and I'm rather confident that I will have success this time doing that also, especially with Ethereum. And they have some big events coming where they're moving to Ethereum 2. 97% of the Ethereum coming into the market will be burned and no longer. And so that will be very interesting for the appreciation and overall attention that cryptocurrency gets as we make that switch over to Ethereum 2 and change from proof of work to proof of stake. All right, well, let's move on. Let's move on to the next one. The next one's another ETF. This is a long-term dividend play, and this is the U.S. dividend and buyback ETF. So they do buybacks and also boards that approve higher dividends. Another great ETF that I've had a lot of success with. It is extremely safe, and in these times, I'm looking for those safe stocks. I like to have some safe money at this time. My average in this is $41.20. As you can see, this is a good deal on the RSI, just below 45, just below that buy point that we like to see. Yes, we had this double top before. Look on it, and this is what the whole market did. But, there is a nice little gap up here at 42.63, so I could see this getting up and above this resistance level and really taking off. but the market's going to have to do better. There's going to have to be something for investors to be positive about. There's lots of money on the sidelines right now, and it will take some sort of good news, whether that be a resolution in Ukraine or whether that be positive news as far as inflation goes, which just might be a while away. We don't know exactly when we're going to get bullish again, but it has been a downtrend for sure that we've been going on. But I'm going long on this one. Earn a monthly dividend. My target's $42.80. I like this one for long term until the market gets better. And when it gets better, it's going to get better fast. And there's going to be a panic where everyone's going to be taking that money on the sidelines and going in. So I know eventually that this will do well. All right, let's go to number 4. And number 4 is an insider swing play. So I like this one based on insider activity. And this is ACHR Aviation, ticker symbol ACHR. Insider swing play. My average in it is $2.94. And since calling this out, I am personally down 2.04%. This one was difficult to get into after the insider activity was reported. Had to pay a little bit of a premium to get in it, but I'm glad I'm in it right now. I've had a lot of success with this stock in the past. This is a phenomenal value right now, right around $39 in the day, or 39 on the daily RSI, so not dollars, but 39 on the daily RSI. And Mark Lohr is buying shares 3 days in a row, anywhere between $2.98 to $3.12. And if you are not familiar with ACHR Aviation, it is a company that is working on taxis that are by air. So little helicopters that are little taxi for little 4-person taxis where you can take a ride in big cities and move from one place to another very easily. So this is pretty cool and definitely a really neat company. They've gotten some different FAA approvals, and so looking for a breakout on this, and with the insider activity, that could be just around the corner. So I like this for a big move, and I think other investors will get excited about this move also with the insider activity. All right, let's go to number 3, and number 3 is a short squeeze play. And so I've been talking a lot about short squeezes lately. This is definitely hunting, what I call hunting season on short squeezes. And EVgo has a target for me of $13.80. My personal average on it is $10.42 average. And since calling this out in our Discord and also calling it out on YouTube, because I called this out on Friday morning's video, it is up 1.77%. So not a big amount. If you are looking and you agree that this one could squeeze, this definitely has the stats where this could happen. It could not happen and it could fall on its face, but I would say support on this is right at $9. I don't think we're getting down to $9 again anytime soon. You can see the pressure just kind of building here. The momentum is definitely on the bull side. The next big level of resistance is going to be $13.80. And so this could slowly move up all the way to that level, or even not slowly, as it has a 30.03% short percentage and a 35.44% borrow fee rate. So it's expensive to short. And also there's a lot of shorts in this. And so a big percentage of that short float is short on the stock, which makes this one very interesting to see what's going to happen with it, but I'm holding it. And, a lot of those shorts will have to exit as the brokers will ask for those shares to stop being borrowed and be returned back to them. And so this is one thing to watch. I think this one will do very well. Okay, so let's go to number 2. I really like this number 2 pick. This number 2 pick is very, very fresh insider activity. So this is part of my insider swing play that I've had so much success with over the years. In good markets, bad markets, volatile markets, I've made big money with the insider swing play. It has definitely been, I've had a couple of losers that have been kind of large that have kind of held me back so far in 2022. But overall, this strategy is probably performing the best of all the different strategies that I've been utilizing so far this year. I would say it's the most consistent. The squeeze strategy, it's only certain times of the year and certain market conditions that it really does well, which it's a green light right now with all the volatility that's going on, but it has been hit and miss so far in 2022. But SOFI is one that I like. Ticker symbol SOFI. My target for this is right at $13. My average for it is $10.07. Since calling this out is down 0.70%. Insider activity reported on Friday in aftermarket. Very, very bullish. I don't know if anyone paid attention to it, but I hopped on this right away and let all of our members know right away when it happened. And so most got in aftermarket on Friday and found an entry on this. And I think this is going to do really well. This is a great situation here. This could be a nice little double bottom here that we have a double bottom kind of look here as we closed right on top of that level. Now with the insider activity and the CEO buying shares at an average of $9.96, I can see this really, really moving, and this could be a rather fast mover. But it might be one you take a look at Monday morning if it has not gone up in price. Maybe the market's not doing well Monday. In early pre-market, you might be able to get a really good deal on this. And I really think that this is going to be huge. It is not supposed to be at $10 a share. SOFI is way too cheap. This has been way too far down. And also the other thing to keep in mind is this has a short percentage of 15.83%. So short percentage is heavy. So there could be some covering happening because of the insider activity tends to cause a squeeze. And I've seen it so many times before where insider activity will cause a squeeze. So I like this one for a nice move. We'll have to see what you think. Anyway, moving on to number one. And number one, what did I just do? Give me a second here. All right, there we go. Number one is ticker symbol FUV Arcimoto. So they make three-wheeled electric vehicles. And with everyone and gas prices out of control, why not buy an EV? And this is, not terribly expensive EV. That's a three-wheeled vehicle. It might be fun to own. And this is a squeeze play for sure. And my average in at $6.76 since calling this out. It is down 5.21. It's one of the few short squeezes that I called out lately that has been down, but this one has not performed well yet. So this might be an excellent opportunity for you to get a good deal because I really think that this is going to do well. With gas prices moving up, I think EV stocks are going to do rather well. So the short percentage on this is 37.33%, and it has a 14.17 borrow fee rate. And New York just recently approved where you don't even need a driver's license to operate a three-wheeled vehicle. So if you don't have your driver's license, you can drive this thing if you want to. Kind of crazy, but okay, that's cool. But anyway, I like this one for a big move upwards. It is an electric vehicle. It's fun. They appear to be kind of fun and good little vehicles. So see if you agree with me. If not, hey, I really think that EV vehicles will do especially well with gas prices raising, and it will provide more of an opportunity for people to kind of change their mind about EV and maybe think to themselves, maybe I should own an EV. This is getting really expensive. Why pay gas for cars? This is dumb. And so that's what I'm expecting, and that's what I'm hoping can start to happen. Hopefully we can get some production to match the level of demand. I wish you all the best on the stock market. Please have a strategy for each and every stock that you enter. I am not a financial advisor, but I am a stock trader that's had a lot of success in trading in the stock market, and I can't tell you how important that is and how important it is to track your trades, to track it by strategy so that you know what is working for you and what is not working for you. And a good old paper and pen does the job. Or, you can use Excel. There's a lot of different ways, of course, you can track those kind of things. But anyway, it is an important thing to get in the habit of doing if you want to be a successful stock investor. All right, well, I wish you all the best, and Raythoven out.